All right. So one of the main ideas that are being discussed that me and you, I think, talk about all the time is what we call what's being called now dungeon intuition, which is a sense where the people that have been playing the game for a while can kind of take a look at a room, right?
Mhm.
Like, come over here, take a look.
Yep.
We're not going through, right?
We know how
And
this
we
one's
can
gonna
tell
play.
just by looking how this is going to be, just by looking at this room, right? So if I ask you, well, we already know because we looked at the map, but if I ask you what's beyond the door there, what would you say if you had to guess?
Okay, well I know that there's steps going up to the left and to the right, and there's hallways, and
Yeah.
this room, the way it is normally situated, it's a dead end.
Right.
And
Now it may not be so. For all we know, we may get up there and there may be another door up there, right? But because we've been running dungeons so often and they're procedurally generated and not every room is designed, in an unlimited amount of ways, we kind of know from looking at this like the chances that this is a dead end and the steps and the chest and
right.
the rooms on either side. There'll be a key in one room, there'll be a chest in one room. So that's what we call dungeon intuition.
Mhm.
Is you've been playing long enough that you can kind of take a look and go, and we do that all the time. There are other examples when we
Yeah.
look through one of those wooden doors and we go, is this worth opening or not? Is
Yep.
death going to be in there? Right? Other things like a mimic, it's hard to tell, but with enough intuition, you could take a look at a room and go, I kind of know what's going to happen.
Yep. Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's something that we could keep into account or take into account when we're like trying to play with other people. You have to evaluate kind of quickly what is their dungeon intuition, and if they have poor dungeon intuition, they might be likely to be
Mm-hmm.
dropped depending on what we're trying to accomplish. Or it might be
Right.
a teaching moment when we could say, hey, no, look, this is what you got to do when you're at
Right.
this situation, which is probably the better
Right.
way to go. Might as well just help everybody get better.
So two questions I would end with, which is like, how do you teach dungeon intuition if it's something teachable, right? Or what do you pay attention to if you're one of those newer players and you're like, I kind of want to learn, to get that sixth sense of dungeon crawling. What do I have to start paying attention to? So
Well,
just some things to think about.
so
Let,
take
let's let's
take
clear
all
let's
right.
clear this room before it
Okay.
gets too long.
Well, I would say taking your time on methods is important.
For sure. Uh,
Behind you. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, like you said, taking the time. It can be a little finicky getting used to video games and getting used to VR video games.
Yeah, when somebody
And
rushes
just,
through something, it kind of like I've played a lot of different games where the experienced people are, all right, let's do this, let's do this. Even though they're directing you, you don't have enough time to map things out in your brain or kind of like understand the order of things. And so if you were put in that same situation again, you would just be putzing your way through once again, you know?
mm,
So taking your time is a big deal, and just taking a moment to explain why, or oh, you got to remember
mm-hmm,
this. Give them a point.
yeah. All right, cut that video so it doesn't get too long.